Have you ever felt ignored or dismissed by your partner? Picture this, you're living with someone who's supposed to love and respect you, but instead, they act as if you're invisible, like a ghost in your own home. That was my reality. There I was, married to a man who would frequently give me the silent treatment. It was as if I'd suddenly become a piece of furniture, something to be passed by without a second thought. The silence was deafening, a cold reminder of my insignificance in his world. Then, there were the phone calls. Hour upon hour he'd be locked in conversation with other women. Their laughter echoed through our home, a painful reminder of the intimacy we lacked. I was left on the outside, an unwanted observer to his private world. But it didn't stop there. Picture us walking down the street, bumping into his friends or co-workers. You'd expect a simple introduction, right? But no, he'd carry on as if I wasn't there, an invisible woman in broad daylight. It was as if he was ashamed of me, embarrassed by my presence. And let's not forget those late nights at the game arcade. He'd come home long after the sun had set, his excuses as empty as our conversations. The game arcade, really? It was a flimsy veil for whatever he was truly doing, a veil that I was expected to accept without question. Throughout all this, my suggestions, my opinions were dismissed, cast aside like yesterday's news. Whenever I made a simple personal decision, anger would flare in his eyes. My autonomy was a threat, a challenge to his control. This was my cold reality, a reality where I was not a partner, not an equal, but an inconvenience, an afterthought, a ghost. But then something changed. I looked in the mirror one day and saw my worth. I realized that I had every right to be angry about this treatment. It took me a while to recognize that what I was experiencing was not normal, it was abuse. I had grown accustomed to a pattern of behavior that was far from healthy. My husband often gave me the silent treatment, a manipulative tactic that left me feeling alone and disregarded. He would speak on the telephone for hours with other women as if I were invisible. Whenever we would bump into his friends or co-workers, he'd pretend I was not there, never introducing me. He would come home late from work, repeatedly offering the same excuse that he had been at the arcade. This blatant disrespect for our relationship was a clear sign that something was wrong. But perhaps the most telling sign was his dismissal of my ideas and his anger at my personal decisions. It was as if my voice, my opinions didn't matter. Coming to terms with the fact that this was emotional abuse was difficult. It's hard to accept that someone you care about is capable of treating you this way. But what's even harder is the realization that this behavior is unlikely to change. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's a necessary one. You see, adjusting to accommodate this behavior only enables it. It gives the abuser the green light to continue. And it will only get worse. I had to come to the painful understanding that this was not about me or my shortcomings. It was about him, his insecurities, his need for control. It was about his abusive behavior. Recognizing abuse is the first step towards change. It's a crucial step that allows you to see the situation for what it truly is, an unhealthy dynamic that needs to be addressed. But recognizing is just the start. What you do next is what truly matters, and for me, that meant making a tough decision, a decision that would alter the course of my life. But ultimately, it was a decision that would lead me towards a healthier, happier life. I had to make a decision for me. Deciding to stand up for myself was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. The realization that I deserved better was like a quiet revolution within me. It was a shift, a transformation, a silent yet powerful metamorphosis. I had spent so long trying to appease and adjust to fit into a mold that was never meant for me. But one day I decided that enough was enough. I sought help, and that's when I discovered BetterHelp.com. It was like a lifeline thrown to me in the midst of a stormy sea. The support I received was immeasurable. They helped me understand that it wasn't me who needed to change, but the situation I was in. They helped me to formulate a safe plan to leave, a plan that would ensure my well-being and security. I want you to understand that standing up for yourself doesn't mean you are being selfish or unreasonable. It means you value yourself enough to say no more. It means you understand that you are deserving of respect, love, and kindness. It means you're brave enough to walk away from what isn't serving your well-being. Taking a stand was about reclaiming my power, reclaiming my voice and my right to be treated with dignity. It wasn't easy. It was fraught with fear and uncertainty. But I can tell you this with absolute certainty. It was a tough decision, but I have never regretted standing up for myself. I want to tell you this, never give up on yourself. You see, your worth is immeasurable, and you are deserving of respect, kindness, and love. It's not just about weathering the storm, it's about realizing that the storm is not your home. You deserve sunny skies, laughter-filled rooms, and a heart unburdened by sorrow, so refuse to submit to any form of mistreatment. You're not a doormat, you're a person, a vibrant, beautiful soul with dreams, aspirations, and a life that is precious. No one has the right to belittle you, to make you feel invisible, or to control you. Stand up, my dear, make your voice heard. Your feelings, your thoughts, they matter, you matter. Remember, it is possible to live a healthier, happier life. A life where you're the captain of your own ship, navigating through calm seas and stormy weather alike, but always, always on your own terms. It may seem daunting, it may seem impossible, but I assure you, it's not. It's never too late to chart a new course. Choose to take the first step. It might be reaching out to betterhelp.com, or confiding in a trusted friend. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to want more for yourself. You deserve better, and you can do better. Trust me, you will not regret standing up for yourself.